Hey LEGO fans, I'm here with an interesting way that you can showcase your LEGO builds, mainly pixel art, on any wall. I'm here to share a couple ideas with you to turn any wall that's as boring and plain as the one that's right behind me into something more like this. Yes, those are the 5 poses of Swimming Mario from Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Entertainment System. If you want to learn any of the small Mario swimming poses from Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Entertainment System, stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how. This video is about finding ways on how I put them on the wall with minimal to no damage to the wall or the Legos themselves. These are just a couple ideas that I came up with and honestly are kind of general, but this last one I'm really excited about because it really helps for my specific situation. When I was younger, I tried the wrong types of tape and then putting these Legos in frames, and that just did not really work out at all. I resorted to having them on a table or on the floor, and then eventually that got thrown in the closet because my parents got angry at me. No more of that sadness. To this day, I still love Lego building, as you can see from my channel. Alright, it's time to show you the 3 different ideas that I was coming up with on how to put these Lego builds on the wall. First up is double-sided tape. Very easy process, pretty simple, cheap. For this roll it costs about 13 bucks. I could probably put about 12 Lego Marios on the wall with this one. Once it's on the wall, it will not come down. Where I live, there's a lot of earthquakes and like small shakes, so that's really good to know that they will stay up on the wall and I won't have to reapply them that often. You'll have to peel it off the wall and discard the tape. Barely any work to do here when you really want them to go down. Cons wise, it's tape on the wall. Depending on the wall, there could be paint chips, small marks, or the tape could be too tough to get off the wall. That's why I say this is a long run to stay on the wall kind of option. I put this on the list because I have the Swimming Marios in the bathroom, and the moisture in the air from the shower kind of affects other types of methods here. Once the double-sided tape is on the wall and the Lego, moisture doesn't really get in and it stays tight on the wall. Next up, we have command strips. These are very common tools to put any type of picture frame or flatter objects, types of art on the wall, and it could be applied to these Legos as well. Pros: better than double-sided tape in basically every way. They hold up on the wall for a while, they're cheaper than double-sided tape, they leave next to no wall residue when you want to take them off, and it gives you the option to actually continue doing stop motions with them. Like myself, I still do stop motion stuff with my Legos, so I like to take them off the wall if I have the option to, make some sort of stop motion animation, and then put them back up on the wall. As for cons, constant taking on and off the wall, they do wear and tear, and you're gonna have to put like some new ones on eventually. And if you actually want to do the stop motions with both sides of the Lego or break down all the pieces, you're gonna have to remove the command strips off of the Lego itself and then put on new ones later. I also found it kind of rather annoying to line them up to what is already on the wall, those command strips. Measuring always a little bit finicky, and you want to get the best connection anyway, right? So it's a little bit something more to deal with. Finally, I have one of my custom options. I haven't really seen anybody do this before. Then again, I haven't really seen people hang Legos up on walls. I did a quick YouTube search and I couldn't really find anything. If someone else did this before, I don't want to take any credit, but I thought this was a really cool idea, especially given the situation my wall and Legos are in. If you can see, my wall isn't even. It has indents as part of the design. Plus the finish scares me for tape. Very much so. I feel like it could be ripped off pretty easily. Just like the command strip option, I use these Legos quite often, so I'll be pulling them on and off the wall quite frequently. But I would like to break them down and have all the pieces to my fingertips so I can make better stop motions. And not worry about reapplying and like taping other things up again. I just want to take it off the wall, use it, put it back on. Easy. So I ordered these push pins and they work remarkably. They're the same color white that matches the walls, and they can hold up the Legos from underneath. Plus I can cut them to make them fit in like smaller Lego gaps to hold up larger builds or smaller builds with lesser options. These worked amazingly well, and they're the cheapest option. I got about 400 of these push pins for about $4. They come in many different types of colors, and you can find out which one matches your wall so it looks like they're not even there. Can you have your Legos floating on the wall? That's honestly what it looks like. They come in many wonderful different colors that will match your wall and to your liking, because I wouldn't really want any random dots like underneath my Legos as I put them on the wall. And it works for my uneven walls very well. Even for the double-sided tape and the command strips, they weren't really on a flat wall. So I did have some trouble like actually making them stick, and it took a couple of times to get them to actually stay. But once they were up there, they were fine for the command strips and double-sided tape. But these push pins were great because I could take the Legos off the wall, as I said. with no residue on the Legos. The only cons I would say is that it leaves a slight hole in the wall. And by hole, I mean like a little peck. If you look at my wall now, you actually can't see them at all because of the wall design, but I tried them on a normal white wall and they do leave like a little bit of a mark, but honestly, that is very minor and very small. If you're renting a place later on and you do this, then landlord won't like come after you or anything. Well, they really shouldn't because it is very tiny. When I get some picture frames to hang on the wall, I might actually use these to hang them up on the wall instead of nails or the command strips. Well guys, that's it. I hope these options help you. I'm sorry to say that they don't really work with like larger Lego builds that are more three-dimensional. It really just works for these minor flat ones that can actually like on the wall. For extremely large 3D builds, I suggest building a shelf, and that's something completely different. This was supposed to be just a cheap, relatively invisible way to make your Legos seem like they're floating on the wall, and also just minimalist. Very nice looking. As for building the 5 Lego poses of Swimming Mario from Super Mario Bros. And the Nintendo Entertainment System, refer to this video here. And if you like this video, send me $1 via @AndyOnSet on Venmo. Future tutorials and stop motions coming soon, especially with the ones that are now on my wall. Bye guys.